When were you born, Mr. Hall?
1924.
Really?
June 11th.
Wonderful.
There's at my house where you was.
Yeah. Where is your house?
It used to be the old Prairie Post Office. Now they call it Fort Hayward.
Okay. And what were your parents' names?
Daddy was named Boyd Hall and my mother was named Bessie.
So it's closer to you. Did you have any brothers or sisters?
No, as I know of.
What was it like to grow up in Matthews?
I like Matthews, all right. I know when I got home on service, that old shack I had raised up here was the first place I was in.
Yeah?
When I got married, we bought a home and moved somewhere else. Then we wound up in a divorce.
When did you get married?
1944, I guess.
Were you out of the service then?
Huh?
Were you out of the service then?
No, I was going into service like a fool. That's a bad time to get married.
What was it like to go to school in Matthews?
I didn't go to school much.
No?
I went to Miller Harbor and I went to Newport High School 1 year. But I tell you why, I had a severe sinus trouble. And they cleared the sinus up, but I had a blocked bone. And they had to cut that bone in. You ever heard the top of that?
No.
I imagine that it blocked the drainage off because I had to go twice a week for, I don't know, every year until I had it operated on. And it drained it. You know?
Wow.
And I had thousand beating headaches. And I went 8 years, I failed 5th grade because I thought I'd get by through studies, but you can't do it. And I quit in the 7th grade, end of the year, was getting ready to take exams. And I told Mom, I said, if I don't live, I want to either live or die. I can't stand this. So I give it up. That's the only reason I quit. But I missed a whole lot by having it. And it don't bother me much now, but I can tell sometimes if the weather's cloudy, humidity or something, there's something in there crawling on that side, if I can say so. I don't know what it is, but it is, you know. Long hair somewhere.
Wow.
Mr. Hall, what did you do for fun in Matthews as a kid?
Do for fun, race cars.
Race cars. Did you race your own car?
A race in the country, not professionally. But we race Saturday nights, and most of the kids. My dad always had, most of the time, had me a good car.
Really?
And we'd race.
What kind of cars?
Ford, V8 Ford, they come out. They were hot one time, long 41 until sometime later. The old Fords had V8. And the Chevrolets and others had 6. And there wasn't no comparison in the V8 Ford. And she didn't have no carbon in her.
Wow.
They kept her clean racing.
Where'd you race?
In Matthews, up and down highways. Anyway, I don't know nowhere particular, you know. But that was, I didn't get hurt and didn't tear a fender up until I got, I ran in my 40s. And I got drinking too heavy. And I had a coach car in the Middlesex. I had run through the stop sign. It was, and many one done it too. It was a late evening and the sun was in my eyes and it was a double mark. But so this way it had a stop sign. And I didn't see that stop sign. And I run through it. And the car was total loss, but I didn't get a scratch. I was lucky.
Wow.
It tore the car all to pieces. And the cop said, the cop asked me how far was I, asked that other man how fast was I going. He said, scratched his head, said, I reckon I was going 30 to 35. And he got me in the car, and they asked me fast was I going? And I told him, I said, maybe 30, 35. He said, both of you damn liars. Said she scared of me over 100 feet. She looked like somebody had beat a tin can up with an axe. If I lucky some guy, that's it. That wound it up. That wound the drinking anything up. I wasn't drunk, but didn't have sense enough not to see that stop sign. But that was a tricky place, though, wasn't it? Cook's Corner, when you go through, I don't know how I think I like that now. You come in this way, you got a stop sign, and you're going through it. You got a double mark. It looked like it wouldn't have nothing to stop at that double mark, does it? But that's the way it happened.
Wow.
Wow. Did you ever come to Gloucester to race?
Did I what?
Did you ever come to Gloucester to race?
No.
No.
No, no way ever Matthew. I think I would have raced if I flew ragdoll so much, but you don't have that won't do you no good, what I told you.
No, I turned it back on just now. I just turned it back on. I was going to ask you about race cars.
Oh.
Yeah, so can you tell us all the cars that you owned?
But what?
Can you tell us all the cars that you raced?
No.
No?
No, I can't. I'll race it if I come along. I know one boy in particular. I can't think of his name now. He had a 41 Chevrolet. But it was no comparison, like I say, to that Ford, because she had a V8 and he had 6 cylinders. But we raced anyway. And he kept his car shined up, just slick. They had put wax, some kind of wax on cars years ago, samurais, wasn't it? So it's hard to rub on them. And I asked him, I didn't polish mine up. I washed it off, and that's all. I said, where do you keep that car all shined up? He said, I'll race you. I don't want to hold no wind hold back. But I could beat him though.
Why did you race Justin Matthews?
Oh, we didn't go, that's pretty far as I meant mostly. Mostly, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I knew the roads in Matthews, and mostly we raced from Port Haven to Quillows. You know what Port Haven is, do you? Yeah, to Quillows. That's about 6 miles.
Yeah.
Which wasn't many cars on the road way back at end. Down in my neighborhood, it was maybe 3 or 4 cars. Now most everybody got a car and a truck.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything else that you would do for fun in Matthews? Like on the weekend, did you go see a movie?
Yeah, we had movies. I think we did have movies at Quillows.
Yeah.
That's Quillows. Old man Butcher, his name was Butcher, run it. It's a small theater, but people wanted to see the movies, you know. And Saturday nights the cars were on one street, there was one park behind the other, but they'd park on an angle. And they had a man, if you wanted to get out in the back car, that man would move the front car to let you get out. You had to leave your keys in them. They'll let you now, there's people steal everything. It's hard thing. I went to a funeral home one time, I don't know who was there, and somebody stole the keys out my car while I was at the funeral home.
Wow.
I think I know who done it, but that didn't do no good. But that's getting bad, you know.
Yeah.
I had to get somebody came me home, you know, my wife and I.
Wow.
I was wondering if you could talk about going into the service. What made you go into it?
What?
What made you go into the service?
That made me go in there. I got scared I'd go in the army. I didn't want to tote that pack and be in the jungle with snakes. So I volunteered for the Navy. But if I hadn't volunteered, I would have gone, and it'd been better if I hadn't gone, because my daddy was fishing, and it would help otherwise him better, because he went through a whole lot, putting the nets aboard and stuff, you know. And I was young, but I could drive the sticks. I could handle them all the sticks. And come find out tomorrow, I slipped off my power driver in 1980. And I came home, you remember I showed you? That's all I can move my arms up. I don't have no pains, but I just can't raise them up. It broke 3 ribs, cracked my chest bone, pulled that muscle part release. I don't have no pains, thank you Lord.
Wow.
Wow.
How old were you when you joined the service?
18.
What did you do between when you quit school and when you joined the service?
Did what?
What did you do between when you quit school and when you joined the service?
What I do from?
Like 13 to 18.
Oh, yeah, I got my daddy, and then I got out of school at 15 already. I had to go. I went when I was 7 years old. Some went 6 because I had pneumonia, and the doctor told my mother not to send me to school till next year because you had to walk up the store and the cold weather then, you know. But the creek there was froze up, and wintertime we'd slide on that creek. Nobody had ice skates. I didn't want none either. We'd slide on the boots somewhere. And I know my grandfather and dad always told me to never watch how you go on ice. Don't go on ice that's on top of your head because always a air hole in it. It is too. It's always a soft place for break. I don't care how deep it is. Right here anyway, I don't know what up there. No, way up. But a lot of people hit that air hole, you know, thinking that's a hole.
Wow. So when you went into the service, what was it like training?
It was strict, you know. They had to, you had to learn how to take what they told you to do. And you know, that'd be all right. They'd get that close to you and holler right in your face. Yeah, that's hard. You feel like you will hold back and pop it. But you better not do it. And they'd make us march up and down this barrack at night with a gun with no ball in it, a wooden plug in it. If you see anybody holler, oh, who goes there? They had to report it, but I never had to report.
Where did you get stationed anywhere?
Huh?
Did you get stationed anywhere?
No, the thing not. I went in after boot camp. Maybe we had a little while home. Maybe a month, or maybe shorter. I don't know. Before after I had to go, you know. And never got no time home. Went in the service and pulled the whole 2 years. Pulled 19 months overseas. Almost 2 years.
Where?
Asiatic Pacific, mostly in the Pacific, but most of it called Asiatic Pacific, wherever that is. And we was in that storm where 6 ships got lost. 4 of them were like I was on, and 2 of them were like I was on, and 4 was bigger, they call them tin cans, bigger destroyers. Mine was an escort, a little bit smaller.
What was your name of your ship again?
Lawrence C. Taylor, 415. I think they give it to the Japanese, I think. I'm not sure.
Do you have any stories while you were overseas, what it was like?
No. The storm, and we sunk 2 subs. Thank you, Lord. One was 16 foot down, one was 400 feet down.
Wow.
What were your feelings about the war?
Oh, what?
What were your feelings about the war?
Well, I seriously,
Yeah, what you saw.
well, like I say, I didn't see the subs, but I know we sung them because you got sound gear. They had hedgehogs they shoot over the bow. The 24 looked like a rocket, you know. And if it don't hit nothing, it don't go off. And everything was gone after you had that explosion. You know, you sung them, and we got the Washington give it to us that we got something, you know. And that storm, Gilbert Hall was head of that. I can see him now in that big battleship. I don't know what he looked like, but I could tell he's a tall man, you know, close there.
Wow. How did it feel to come home?
Felt fine. Fine. I weighed about 130 pounds. I was skinny. And as we were staring is hard work, 8 hours. And if I went on watch at 12 and got off at 8, I had to go on deck and go to work, just a lot of hours. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. I know the two-wheel ones steered on that, and that's what we had to do. But I don't know about what engineers or the gunners. I don't know where they got late, but that was long watches, you know.
Wow.
They fed us good most of the time. Well, the Navy feeds good. Okay, holidays, they had anything, anybody else fed, and just all the time too. Had plenty of good food. Had horse meat too.
Really? Why?
I'll tell you why. The marks on the box horse meat, that's all I know. But it tastes all right, but the stringy, tough, and muscly, you know. But it tastes all right. Yeah, that's all I can go by, what's on the box.
Goodness.
Well, we got plenty of beans every morning. We got beans. And hominy grits, hominy grits, I couldn't chew them. Some people chewed, I had good teeth then. I had good teeth till I got it service. And then I started losing them with abscess.
Wow.
Most everybody in that neighborhood lost their teeth by abscess. Well, see, they didn't have the antibiotics then they could do now. If they had the abscess, they could have saved it, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
If they got infected.
False teeth are better than nothing, that's all. I'm afraid to eat peanuts. I'm afraid to break them off. I broke one off one time. Yeah.
Oh, wow. From eating a peanut?
Yeah, I had done it. I got by for a while, but I did break one off, and that broke my food with peanuts. I love them, but they were.
Oh, no.
When was your son born?
What you doing?
When was he born? Your son?
1949, my son.
Was that your first?
That's the youngest one. And the oldest girl was born 1944.
Oh.
44? No. I reckon, maybe that, and the other one was born in 47. I think I'm right.
I believe you.
I think I'm right.
That's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter, really matter, just like general, decade is good. What kind of father did you want to be?
I want to be a good father. And like I say, I worried him drinking that couple of years. And my ex-wife sure knew on it. And I was all shook up in right traffic, as they say.
Yeah.
And that didn't help things. And when he been in, I told him, when he been in the service, that's all she was waiting for, to leave. And I hit the nail on the head like one day. And he took it awful. And he still takes it awful deep down. And he'd come home and mother wasn't there, You just imagine how he felt like that, Well, I stayed there. He and I lived together 8 years before he got married. I was glad he got married. Not that I want to get rid of him, but I know better for him. He got a nice girl.
Good.
She's good to me since I've been here. Good to me anyway.
How was working? Did you work with your son at all?
No, I didn't work with my son. I worked with my daddy.
You worked with your dad? What does your son do?
He crabs.
Crabs.
He's done really good too.
Yeah.
But they're cheap now. It's plenty of crabs, but they're so cheap and had not much this year.
Did you teach him how to crab?
Huh?
Did you teach him how to crab?
I think he taught me most of it.
Really?
When he was crabbing, I didn't never did I crabbed some, but I never was a big crabber like he is.
That's okay.
He got a nice boat, 40 feet, and such a whole lot of crab pots, He tried to do different things, but he's blind one eye. I just won't.
Yeah.
He's blind one eye, but he went in their service. They kept him 4 years. Now, remember that.
Wow.
They didn't examine his eyes. He's blind one eye. They didn't examine him. He said that they put him on fire range. And I think, anyhow, they made him sight with his bad eye, but he said he couldn't see much with his good one. But anyway, he told the sergeant, he said, I can't see it. Oh, you can see it. No, you're all right. He said he got mad and pulled the trigger. And they got him carried to the sick bay and found that he was blind in one eye.
Wow.
But it didn't discharge him though. They kept him there 4 years.
Was that Vietnam?
No, he didn't know.
Korea?
Oh, he went in, I think he went in Atlantic. He went in the wars now.
Oh. Wow. What was your work life like?
Huh?
What was your work life like?
Work life.
Yeah, working.
It was hard work, but I didn't mind it. I was young, and I liked that kind of work, fishing. And my dad was a good time. He worked me to death, but well, you got to make boys work. No, they won't. Most of them won't work. I don't know about the girls. Will the girls work? They got a bunch of girls here. Nurses, nice people.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did your dad crab?
We raised some stuff for our own use, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Chickens and ducks and hens and geese. And we had a cow most time, but just our own use, you know.
Mm-hmm. What'd your dad go fishing for? What'd your dad fish?
You know what?
What did your dad go fishing for? What'd he catch?
What kind of fish did we catch?
Did he go crabbing or oysters?
Well, after season, fish season, we had to go prepare for steaks and different stuff and doing that for another year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do pound nets? It was pound nets?
Pound net, yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever seen one? Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of work put one down in deep water.
Wow.
I set two. Two was in 16-foot water, and the other two, one was a 30-foot, the other 34-foot. And the tide is expensive too, and it's hard work. But all of the men now that done that kind of stuff, right, they're dead.
Where did your dad learn it from?
Huh?
Where did your father learn it from?
Just picked it up, growing up. Just picked it up. He bought my grandfather when he married Mama. And I really guess how he wound up. He liked it.
Okay.
He was small. He weighed about 130 pounds. But he was tough, you know. But he died young, though, 73. Of cancer. Runs in that family.
Wow. Were your grandparents alive when you were a child?
Yeah, both sides.
How old were they when you were a kid?
When they died,
Yeah.
my grandmother on my daddy's side was 95, I think, and her husband was 80. And on my mother's side, my granddad was 93, and my grandmother was 80.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm 92. You say it's been 7 years since you've been home.
Huh?
You say it's been 7 years since you and Roscoe come down there.
Oh, no. It's only been a few years. Don't even worry.
Have you seen Roscoe since?
Mm-mm.
You have?
Mm-mm.
How about the gotcha boy? You hear from him or anything?
I talked to him on the phone today.
Today?
Yeah.
You did?
I did.
He's the nicest kind of fellow.
Isn't he?
Yeah, nicest kind. And Roscoe too. They're very good friends of mine. And Roscoe comes here most every week, and he bring me bananas or something, you know. And his wife.
Yeah.
Did you meet her, his wife?
Miss Nancy?
She's just like she can be. She's kin to me. So way back cousins.
What were your grandparents like?
What happened like?
What were your grandparents like? Did they tell you stories from their childhoods?
They used to try to make you scared growing up nighttime for dark.
Why? What did they say?
I don't know. They would do that. Make you behave, all right. They don't do that kind of stuff no more, I hope. Scared of things in the dark.
Did they ever tell you like ghost stories or?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Do you remember any?
No. Well, she's telling me one or not the old
House Woods?
in the woods in the damn indigenous. Well, I know pay attention to that. and a lot of people superstitious years back, and it is now. I know it was, but down my neighborhood, that was the greatest place to work for being superstitious. But I didn't pay no attention to it. Didn't believe it. No way, shape, and form.
Did you let women on the boat? Did you let Blue on the boat?
If you want, just some of them.
goodness.
Do you remember?
Sometimes they way back, the women will want to go see the fine fish, you know. Then they go if they want to.
Do you remember Halloween as a kid? Did you play any pranks?
Yeah, what?
Did you do any pranks as a kid?
I'm sorry.
Like on Halloween, around Halloween, did you ever play pranks on people?
Oh, Halloween stuff?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. I'm looking enough myself. Be dressed up.
Did you ever have reason to come to Gloucester Courthouse at all?
The what?
Did you ever have reason to come to Gloucester
Oh
Courthouse?
yeah, I've been called those letters a whole lot of times. I used to go to a dentist there one time, Dr. Watts.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Where was that?
I don't know exactly how to take it. It's across from, I think it's an old bank somewhat. Kind of behind, it was an old A&P store one time. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
And he was a good dentist.
Yeah.
And then going back to Matthews, had some good dentists there too, but it did have a good dentist way back when he died, Dr. Marchant. He was a good dentist.
Huh.
But when I got false teeth and everything, I come back to Matthews and dealt with this dentist there.
Huh. Okay. Did you shop anywhere else in Gloucester Courthouse on Main Street?
I said it was a store where you could buy furniture. I bought furniture there. He wants to get by, I think. No, he don't. If he does, he turn his way. He make a good bathroom though.
Yeah.
No, he's all right.
Okay.
Was it,
Was it Ellis Hall's store?
a what?
The Tri-County Furniture Store?
I forget what this company was.